Hello, my front-end friend. Things might look a little bit different. I'm in the middle of changing my desk. My camera's in a different location right now. I'm trying to set things up, but I wanted to record this sort of quick video looking at something that looks really strange right here. This was sent to me by a subscriber, and I'd love to know what you think about this style of video that's a bit more off the cuff, not planned, and just exploring something that looks pretty cool with CSS. And so what this one is, as I said, this was sent to me by a subscriber, and I was like, could you make a video on this? And I might look here sometimes because that's where my camera usually is, and I keep, okay. Uh, See how the text is changing? So the way the text is changing is just by using the content property, which is nothing too special. But because they've set their media queries up with these layers, it's actually changing the importance of the layers. And that allows us to then treat layer like a media query. This is definitely a hack. I'm not necessarily in love with this, but this is why I'm sharing it as a different type of video where I want opinions on this. I think some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. I'm worried about a few things with it that I'm not too sure about yet. This is the first time I'm really touching it. But just to show you, like say you wanted something, and this is actually something I'm not sure we can do. And this would be a deal breaker for me because I love nesting media queries. And I don't know if you can nest layer inside. I guess it's in a media query. I'm guessing we can. So let's say we do at layer mobile. And we say the background here is going to be, we'll go with a Rebecca purple. It should change to purple. Works. Okay, so that's kind of cool, right? And then if we did I guess the classic media query where we're changing background colors at different sizes. Mobile, it was tablet. I probably would call these like small, medium, large, or something like that. And then this one could be like an orange, red, and that should work. And we'll do one more that's a little bright. I need a color name that's interesting. Layer desktop would be a background that is bisque. I don't remember what bisque is. Bisque, I remember it's a color though. So we'll try bisque. And there's bisque. It's really bright. Sorry for the flashbang. I didn't realize it was that. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting, I think. It's a little strange because it's so straightforward, right? You name it what you want. It's this idea that we've wanted for a long time with named media queries, which is actually in development. There's been some work going on with Chrome. I've been getting the emails about bug reports and stuff. They're working on it. But in the meantime, this would actually have pretty good browser support. That layer is well supported. And I guess you should be able to come in here and just have like a background, like a default of black, right? So that would be your, like if you didn't, like smaller than mobile. We don't have anything smaller than mobile though, and it's working. Because, why is it working? Inspect. Div, background black. Oh, these are in layers and this isn't in a layer. Okay, so that's a little bit of a deal breaker for me. Just because that means anything not in, yeah, because layers go in order of importance, right? So this is, let's go take a look here if you don't understand what's happening. If our width is greater than 1280 pixels, the last declared layer is the highest priority, so it's going to win if there's conflicting styles. So media width is greater than that, desktop wins. If the media is between these ones, tablet wins. And if the media is lower than 640, the mobile wins. I would probably do it like if the width is less, I would probably do something like that, I guess, instead-ish. I'd have to think about this and think about how I'd approach it. This is like going like desktop first in a way, but not really. I'm not sure. Okay, I'd have to think about how I would approach this. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd probably just do something like that. So I'm not worried about like a style not existing somewhere. Because I always sort of take that approach of like, let me put some base styles and then add complexity through media queries. And yeah, but that's sort of what we're doing. But then that's the problem is this, which would be my global one that I'd want to add complexity to. I can't. So maybe instead of mobile, I would either, which I don't really like, but I might have like a default layer that's always like, you know, if I did a default layer that's always the lowest priority, default, and a default maybe I would do something like that just so I can set some styles that aren't specific to a breakpoint. I probably wouldn't even have a mobile, to be honest with you, because that tends to be, even though it could be useful in the right situations, I'd probably want something actually where the default is higher. I'd have to think about this. There's already a few issues I see running into it with how it works, just because of how layering works. It's interesting. I'm going to say it's interesting. I'm not going to recommend it, definitely. I'm probably not going to use it today, but I might play around with it a little to see if the foot guns really are foot guns. I do want to say it's definitely a hack. If you're new to CSS, you probably don't want to do this because there'll be some unintended consequences. I think that's my main thing right now, is I feel like potentially there are, and just knowing you'd have to have everything in a layer. And I'm trying to think of ways we could do it that would be safer. Nothing's coming to mind, but I would love to know what you think about this. This is just like, no, I would never do this. I'm going to think about it. I'm implementing it in production right now on my site as I'm listening to this. Let me know in the comments where you stand on this. And also let me know in the comments what you think about this, or this style of video. Do you like this off the cuff, come across something different, and I want to explore it a little bit out loud, share my own first impressions on it, and get your impressions on it as well. I'd like to know what you think about it. And with that, I want to say a very big thank you to my enabler of awesome, Johnny, as well as all my other patrons and channel members for their continued support. And of course, until next time, don't forget to make your corner of the internet just a little bit more awesome.